My name is Rich Johnson. I am the co-founder and currently the CEO of the organization.
Awesome. And what does Spark do?
We are an international development organization. We have partnerships in developing countries with organizations that serve children with education, nutrition, and healthcare. We strengthen those organizations with a combination of financial capital and strategic guidance, and then we help them achieve financial sustainability by investing in a local for-profit company and tying the profits back to sustain their social programs.
Cool. So how did this start? Like, how did you conceive the idea of Spark and the business model?
I took a trip in 2006 with two of my buddies to Zambia. We thought we would go volunteer for 2 weeks, check Africa off the box, come back with some great photos. And while we were there, we volunteered at a community school. And the Zambian man who he and his wife were leading that school, when I asked him what it was they needed most, he said that they needed partners who would strengthen their work and people that would help them stand on their own 2 feet. And one of the large problems in international aid is that organizations in countries like Zambia that are doing great work become dependent on foreign aid. And sometimes the money gets sent and sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't, that means kids don't eat, they don't go to school, they don't get the health care that they need. So when he said that they wanted to stand on their own 2 feet, part of what that meant to me was sustainability. And so when we came back from that trip, the three of us talked about, should we do another trip? Should we send some money? What should we do with this experience?
Right.
And I said I wrote a business plan. And
just free time, just writing a business plan up.
Well, the trip really inspired me in that conversation with Charles, the Zambian leader. I expected when I asked him what they needed most, I thought he would just say money, but he gave a much more thoughtful and insightful answer. And so I thought the least I could do was sort of use my experience and interests, my skills, I guess, to see if I could put together a plan for something that would be sustainable.
Right.
And I don't have a background in starting organizations, but I love strategy, I love leadership. I enjoy studying how organizations work, how they get started, and especially ones that are really effective.
Right.
And so I wrote the business plan for Spark, and then one of the other guys that was on that trip with me said, this looks great, let's talk to Charles and see if he would be interested, the Zambian man that we had volunteered at his community school. Let's see if he would want to be our first partner. And so we actually flew him to Chicago for a couple of weeks and spent time talking about the model with him and saying, is this something you'd be interested in doing? And he said yes. And so one of the other co-founders went out and got some money to get us started. And
Nice.
we filed 501c3 paperwork, and
Oh,
6 years later, here we are.